What's going on, y'all? It's Jeff Lightsy Jr. here, and I'm here today to talk about why guys like Raheem Mostert for the San Francisco 49ers are the reason why running backs will never get the money they probably well deserve. So Raheem Mostert, if you don't know the story, he was involved or cut or on a roster, active or practice squad with 7 different teams before his breakout performance that we saw in the NFC Championship game. He also played for the 49ers. This is his 4th season with the team, and he came into this year as the 3rd string running back. Let's just let that be clear. He came into the league this year as the 3rd string running back, and we just saw him put up over 200 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns and lead the San Francisco 49ers to the Super Bowl. Now that is incredible. But Raheem Mostert is the latest in a laundry list of running backs that come into this league either undrafted, drafted late, and overachieve, excel at a high rate. He's the latest. And that is why the running back position is devalued and they don't get the money that a lot of them deserve. I mean, just think about it. Ezekiel Elliott, he's the highest paid running back in NFL history. He got $50 million, right? And a lot of people think he underperformed this season. Not to mention Todd Gurley, who was the previous king of the running back, seems like a shell of himself, whether it's because of injuries or whatever. Now, I wouldn't agree that Zeke underperformed because Zeke was still top 5 in rushing. It's just his team underperformed, and they finally got rid of Jason Garrett, and we'll see what happens from that. But the running back, I'm looking at some of these numbers, and it's just like, how in the world is it that this one position just comes in and is able to excel? I mean, think about some of the best running backs in the league. You got Christian McCaffrey, who had an amazing season. Saquon Barkley is one of the better running backs in the entire league. They were 2 first-round picks, high first-round picks. Leonard Fournette had a solid season as well. But look at the other running backs. Alvin Kamara in New Orleans. He was a late-round pick. I think a 3rd, 4th-round pick. Nick Chubb was a 2nd-round pick for the Browns. I think he was 2nd in the league in rushing. Derrick Henry led the league in rushing this year. He was a 2nd-round pick. I mean, think of that. And so because of Le'Veon Bell, who's had a great career, was a 2nd-round pick. And because of these guys, and then even if you go back even further, guys like Arian Foster was an amazing player, an all-pro player who was undrafted. You know what I'm saying? And think about this. So, and besides guys coming in and overachieving, like Mostert and those guys that I listed, when running backs seem to get paid, it seems like they don't perform like we're used to seeing. Think about like I gave you the example of Todd Gurley. He got the $45 million, and he has not been the same for whatever reason. Another guy that was one of the highest paid running backs as far as guaranteed money goes was David Johnson. He got $31 million guaranteed when he re-signed with the Cardinals a few years back, and he has practically gone ghost. They traded for a running back this season. They went out and got King Drake, and he looks like he'll be RB #1 moving forward. Now, David did have an injury season, but he hasn't had 1,000 yards rushing since he signed that deal before the 2018 season. And a lot of people, and I'm one of those protesters that believe that you don't need a great running back when you have a great quarterback, right? Like, so teams and owners are way more willing to pay a quarterback top dollar, even if it's early. Even if it's too early in some cases, and even if he isn't an elite level, he's not Patrick Mahomes, but I'm still going to pay him because I'd much rather pay that quarterback. I know that position, I'm going to get my money's worth. I know that I can win a lot more games with a high level or an elite quarterback over a high level or an elite running back. Think about some of those running backs, those high level elite, like Derrick Henry's team went pretty far, but Christian McCaffrey, he's sitting at home. The Saints went out in the first round of the playoffs. Christian McCaffrey never made it. But when you got those high-level elite quarterbacks, you're Patrick Mahomes, you're still playing. You're Aaron Rodgers, you play pretty deep into the playoffs. A lot of people, Jimmy Garoppolo, they're in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So that is why you would much rather pay your quarterback. And the salary disparity shows, like the difference in salary shows over the years. So listen to this. So Adrian Peterson signed at the time what was the highest paid running back contract back in 2011. He got essentially $40 million, between 36 and at the end of 3 years, $40 million guaranteed. That was in 2011. Zeke in 2019 signed a $50 million guaranteed contract. So think about that. That's only a $10 million difference in 8 years, right? So I went back and I looked at the highest paid quarterback in 2011 was Peyton Manning. He made $18 million. The highest paid quarterback this season, the 2019 season, was Russell Wilson. He made $35 million. 35. That is a huge difference. A huge difference. Teams are way more willing to pay quarterbacks. Now, in the cases that running backs do get paid, the times they do get paid is when the team has a quarterback they don't trust, right? That's how running backs get paid. The only way you can get paid if you're a running back nowadays is if your quarterback ain't that good. Derrick Henry's on the Tennessee Titans, for example. He just ran the ramp shot over the AFC. He got the Titans all the way to the AFC Championship game. He's going to get a big deal from Tennessee. You want to know why? Because the quarterback's Ryan Tannehill, right? Like, he's not a franchise guy. He's not a guy that you care too much about. Christian McCaffrey's in the same boat. We don't know who their quarterback's going to be. He just had his best season of his career. He's probably going to want to re-sign right now, while they're still in flux about the quarterback situation. He's going to get a big deal because whether it's Cam, which people are still unsure about with the health and the injury concerns, he's going to get a big deal. Leonard Fournette's the same down in Jacksonville. They don't know if Nick Foles is the guy. So he would want to renegotiate his contract right now because he can get a big deal. But those teams with quarterbacks that are elite, you don't see Green Bay going out paying a whole bunch of money. Carson Wentz and the Eagles, they play, ring around the rosy with running backs. Patrick Mahomes will never have a high-paid running back because those teams are solidified in their quarterback position. And as long as you have a top-notch, elite-level talent at quarterback, you're never going to pay a running back. And that's sad for the running backs moving forward because it's only going to get worse. It's never going to get really better. Because when you got these guys, like I said, Todd Gurley's a shell of himself. David Johnson he's been replaced. Zeke still he was top 5 in rushing, but a lot of people would say it was a down year. Once you get those results, these guys are getting paid. Le'Veon Bell got high guaranteed money. He didn't have a great season. And also the Jets signed him because they have a young quarterback that still is improving. It hasn't proven himself. So, it's only going to get worse. I'm not so sure it's going to get better for these running backs moving forward. And Raheem Mostert is another example of why these running backs will never get paid the money that they deserve. So, if you have kids playing football right now, tell them to go out and be a DB. The DBs get paid. The pass rushers get paid. The receivers get paid. Michael Thomas makes $20 million a year. He got what, $60 million guaranteed? Julio got $66 million guaranteed. Tell them to play a different position. Don't go out and play running back. Once again, my name is. Let me know what you think on this issue. Should the running backs get paid more? Are they justified? But I gave you these numbers and I gave you these names, and these guys haven't performed. You let me know if they have performed in the comments down below. Continue to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks again for watching and tuning in with me. We'll see you next time.